I know it's been a long time, over a year, like a year and 4 months or 5 months. But I was coming to you guys because everybody keeps, writing to me, messaging me, talking to me in person, and they're asking like, when are you gonna make a video? Like, you gotta come back, you gotta come back, you gotta come back. So here I am. This is a story time of when the babies were born. I just want y'all to know I have a lot of content and a lot of stories that I have to tell you guys. So I'm gonna make it over a course of like three videos. So this one is about, like I said, how the babies were born. It was kind of like, it was a lot of like, I want to say controversy behind it. So all right, here goes. So before I go any further, this video was brought to you by Rick and Morty. No, it's like could you imagine that? Anyway, it's not sponsored by anybody, but so yeah, okay. So if you guys didn't know, I am bipolar. I was diagnosed with bipolar in January, the end of January of this year. So, but I always knew it was like something, different. But I always felt like it was something that was like off, like with my moods and everything, and it would get really bad. And then, in my opinion, it would be really good. You know what I mean? If you get me, like, I'd be up here with it, So, anyway, on January 3rd, I decided, that I'm like about to go into an episode. Like, I felt like I was gonna go into an episode. So I told my wife, I'm like, babe, we gotta like go, because my safe haven, because I'm from New Jersey, my safe haven is for me to go to my cousin Al Jahira's house. So I was like, we gotta go, babe. I'm ready to go. We gonna go to Al's house. So she was like, okay, whatever. So around this time, like, guys, when I say like this year, I've been going through so much. Like, I literally have been going through so much, like to the point where I didn't have a car and we had moved really far away. So what I did was because when we moved, we had, we had like a U-Haul truck. I drove that U-Haul truck for 5 months. 5 months, because it was so far and I needed to. I was struggling. When I say I was struggling, I was struggling. I was. And so we were struggling. So we got the U-Haul, we was driving it. So anyway, I had to just say that. So we get in the U-Haul and we just go to New Jersey. We in New Jersey, get to my cousin's house. Well, before I start that, we get in New Jersey. Now my mom wants to come with us. So, yeah, you can come. Why not? My mom comes. She's riding with us. And we get to New Jersey. Now, that was on the 3rd. So, the 4th, we there. We enjoying ourselves. We having fun now. We have set up the U-Haul because I'm really into like tiny homes and like van life. Like, I really wanted to like live on the road, and my wife was the type of person that whatever I wanted to do, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it to the fullest. And that's why I left her. She was just down for whatever I was down for. And I'm really like, I'm the type of person that's like, you be like, come on now, you don't even need to do that. Like, let's think this through. But she always was just like, yeah. I mean, I make good decisions, don't get me wrong. I make good decisions because look at how my life is now. But so anyways, so we get to New Jersey, we having fun, we turned up. Now, it was supposed to be a trip for us just to be getting close, because she was, pregnant, and she was due to be in soon. That happened on January 3rd. Our due date was February 13th, and twins come early. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go to New Jersey, and when we go on this trip, we're gonna bond. You know what I mean? Just bond out, just like it'd be us. And like I said, I was into the van life and everything like that. So I set up the van, like, like a little safe haven, like a little we're gonna live in it, but not live in it. Like I had like I put like the installation in it, and then I put like stuff on the walls, like blankets or whatever, but it was like hippie kind of situation. Had a lot of pillows down. I had a tablet where I would use the hotspot from my phone or from her phone, and we'd watch movies or whatever like that. So our plan was, because we would just do that when like on a date night or something like that, but our plan was when we got to New Jersey, we would do that every night until we left, until I felt like, okay, I'm all right, babe. I'm not gonna, I caught my episode like at it in its track. So boom, I don't have like, I'm not gonna, have an episode. So, that was January 4th. So now January 4th. And then we're in the van. This might be TMI, but we're in the van and we're, so, and it's dark outside. So we were finished and she was like, hold up, babe. She was like, let me see your hand or whatever. So I showed her my hand, and my hand is like full of blood. Like when I say so much blood. So at this point I'm panicking. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, oh my God. Like, are you okay? Are you in pain? Like going off. So, I go in the house because we were parked outside of my aunt's house. So I go in the house and I'm like, Ma, I'm like, she's bleeding. I'm like, Nate's bleeding. Look at my hand. My mom looked at me and was like, and turned around. Like she didn't have no feeling towards it whatsoever. So at that point I'm like, what? So I was like, okay. I went in there and I washed my hands. I'm still freaking out. So I went in there and washed my hands, and then I leave. So she was like, oh, because I told her, like, I'm calling her. I went in there, like, we're going to leave. We're going back to New York. Like, we want to have our kids at the with our doctor, because she was high risk and everything like that. So my mom was like, oh, y'all can leave without me. All right, we leaving without you. She turns around. I'm like about to get on the highway already. I'm like right there. And I'm sorry for that noise. If you can hear it, I'm sorry. Not gonna be able to. I want to just keep telling the story. I don't want to break the video up, so I'm just gonna keep going. I apologize for the noise in advance. So anyway, yeah. So I'm getting on the highway, and then she calls and she's like, "Come and get me." I'm like, "Oh my God, all right." So I turn around and I go get her, because I asked my wife, I'm like, are you sure that we can like make it home? Like, do you want to like just have the babies like here or whatever? And she was like, no, I just want to go home. I'm not in pain. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, it's a 2.5 hour ride. Let's just do it. I'm like, okay. So